What's going on, everybody? It is Joe. Welcome to the channel today. Today I'm going to be going over the top 5 Bitcoin mistakes to avoid. I've been in the crypto market for almost 10 years now. I've ridden the bear waves, I've ridden the bull waves. I have seen all the highs and all the lows, and I am excited to talk crypto with you. I am excited to talk Bitcoin with you. I have had tons of people over the years asking me questions about Bitcoin and about crypto. So I'm going to be going over the top 5 mistakes to avoid whether you're just getting into crypto or whether you've been in crypto for a while. I still hear a lot of the same questions from people. I will ask them like, hey, do you know anything about Bitcoins? A lot of people still say no, which shows how early we still are in this market, you guys. I believe we are still super early, as there's still a large percentage of people that aren't aware of what Bitcoin is, that don't hold any Bitcoin. And then there are plenty of people that own Bitcoin, and then you ask them a simple question about Bitcoin, and they're like, oh, I don't know, I just hold it in Coinbase or on crypto.com or whatever it may be. They just hold it some like Robinhood, for example, and you ask them simple questions and they're like, I don't know, I just heard about Bitcoin and I wanted to have some in my portfolio, so I just bought a little bit. And then they don't even know what a hard wallet is. They haven't done any research or anything like that. So today, whether you're just getting into Bitcoin, whether you're just getting into crypto, or whether you have been in it a little while now and don't know what you're doing and you're just holding it, I'm going to go over those top 5 mistakes that I have heard from people over the years and walk you through those and things that I would make sure you know while you're in this market. So let's dive into that today. Top 5 Bitcoin mistakes to avoid. Coming in at number 1, we have not doing enough research. So the mistake here is many investors jump into Bitcoin without fully understanding what it is, how it works, or the risks involved. Solution: take the time to educate yourself about Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and the cryptocurrency market. Read books, watch educational videos, and follow reputable sources to gain a solid understanding. So this is the number one thing I recommend when getting into Bitcoin and crypto, is just to do your research, you guys. A lot of people will just buy it and not know what to do from there. They'll just buy and hold, and there isn't a lot wrong with that. Like, some people just want to buy and hold and they'll get lucky and do well. But the big problem that I see people do is that when you just buy and you aren't prepared, when a bear market comes, you don't really know what to do and you can panic. When a bull market comes, you don't really know what you can do and you can panic. When people ask you questions, you can panic. When you don't know how to protect your Bitcoin, that can set you up for failure. So being in the community, asking questions, watching YouTube videos, being a part of a Patreon or a Discord, or just following people on X. That's where I get a lot of my news from. There's a lot of educated people on there, a lot of knowledge on X that you can help educate yourself on. You can learn when these bull markets might be coming, when these bear markets might be coming. You can have people there that are helping you through the process, and that's just something I really think is important, like understanding that blockchain technology, so that way when you truly believe in what you're investing in, when you do see that dip, you can have faith in what your money is in and know that you have that confidence that it's going to go back up because of the importance that you see in it, whether it's Bitcoin or another coin. Believing in the blockchain technology, believing in its utility, and trusting in that can really help set you up for success, because then whether it goes up or down, like, you have the knowledge necessary to truly believe in the long-term vision. So mistake number 1, not doing enough research. Going on to number 2, investing more than you can afford to lose. Some people get so excited, they see it going up and they just invest a lot in, and like, they might have invested more than they can afford to lose. So mistake: some investors treat Bitcoin as a get rich quick scheme and invest money they can't afford to lose, leading to financial stress. Solution: only invest disposable income that you can afford to lose. Set a budget for your investments and stick to it, ensuring that your financial stability is not compromised. So this is super important as well, you guys. Only invest what you can afford to lose. Obviously, you aren't planning on losing any of it or much of it, and if you have a long-term vision, you're hoping to make quite a bit of money. But be like, don't like, if you can't pay your mortgage payment next month because Bitcoin dropped 20%, maybe you shouldn't be investing that money into Bitcoin. If you have car payments or kids to pay for and like food to provide, and you're like on a tight budget, maybe don't take that risk on Bitcoin in the moment, even though you think or watch videos where it could go up 20% in the next month. It could still go down 20% in that month. So you just never know. So don't risk money that you can't afford to lose. Come up with a plan that fits your budget. Invest that much money into it, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it might be. But come up with a plan that fits into your budget for investing. Whether it's maybe you're not investing as much in the stock market and you take some of that money and you're putting it into crypto. Maybe you have something you're going to cut out of your budget and invest that money into crypto. Or maybe you have money in your savings, and instead of putting it towards your savings, you're going to take a percentage of that and put it into crypto. So I just want to challenge you guys to do that, and just be aware that even though you're hearing a lot of people say we're coming up on a bull cycle, even though you hear a lot of people that might say this coin's going to go up 20% in the next month, there's still a chance it's going to go down. So only invest what you can't afford to lose. And that's a common mistake that people make. So that's number 2. Coming in at number 3, we have ignoring security best practices. Mistake: failing to secure Bitcoin holdings can lead to hacks, scams, or loss of access to wallets. Solution: use hardware wallets for long-term storage, enable two-factor authentication on exchanges, and be cautious of phishing attempts. Regularly back up your wallet and keep your recovery phases secure. So this is also a common mistake I hear when talking with people, and that I see in a lot of people. I think I saw a statistic that over 90% of people do not have a hard wallet. They just keep their money on an exchange. And odds are, like, there's a good chance you're going to be safe, but we have seen over the years, even in the last few years, we've seen FTX and BlockFi, 2 massive exchanges that people thought they could trust, both went under, and people lost a lot of money. Some people got some money back, but it was locked up for over a year. Some people lost a lot, and so they didn't get to see any of those earnings over those years it was locked up. So what I want you guys to be aware of is, if you're dealing with money that you don't want to lose, look into getting a hard wallet, look into that cold storage so you can make sure it's your money. The common phrase that I hear is not your keys, not your money. So by having a wallet such as a Ledger, whether it's a Trezor or Tangent, whatever it might be, getting one, it's super easy to set up, it's super simple to use, but it just really protects your money. You're going to get seed phrases to protect that, and then it's yours, and you can do what you want with it, and it's gonna be safe. And I just really encourage you guys, if you're dealing with larger sums of money that you don't want to lose, look into getting a hard wallet, look into getting cold storage, because there are 90% of you guys that have all of your crypto only on exchanges. And if you want to join the party and be like a crypto elite amongst your peers, getting a hard wallet and being able to tell them, my crypto's secure, I have keys that back it up, I would look into it. And that just really helps you in a lot of different ways. So look into your hard wallets, do your research on which ones you like. There are advantages to all of them, but most of them are very, very similar. Make sure the wallet supports the coins that you are looking to buy, but for the most part, they are pretty simple to use and will help secure your money. So don't be someone that has all their money on an exchange, that exchange goes under, and then you're wondering what to do. Your money's locked up for an extended period of time. Take the time to do your research, invest in. Most of these are like $50 to $150, so it's not a massive investment. And at the same time, you get that security that you are looking for when it comes to your money. So mistake number 3, ignoring security best practices. Going on to the next one, chasing FOMO, fear of missing out. Mistake: investors often buy Bitcoin during price surges due to FOMO, leading to poor timing and potential losses when prices correct. Solution: Stick to a well thought out investment strategy. Consider dollar cost averaging to spread out your purchases over time, reducing the impact of volatility. So this is a big thing I see a lot as well, especially with people just getting into it, whether they're looking to get into it, whether they've been in it for like a year or two and haven't seen the bull markets or the bear markets and they've just kind of seen it plateauing. This is a huge mistake that I see in a lot of people, and a big question that I get is I'm telling people about crypto, about Bitcoin, and they see it go up 20%, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I don't want to miss out on this, and they put a big chunk of money into Bitcoin at that time because they want to ride that. They all heard about Dogecoin back several years ago, and they want to ride that wave and catch the next 20%, but then after they put that lump sum in, it goes right back down 20%, and they just lost all that money because they had, well, not all that money, but they lost the 20% because they had fear of missing out. They put a lump sum in hoping to ride that wave, and it backfired on them. So you see the same thing the other way too, when Bitcoin drops 20%. And then that's when you hear a lot of people saying like, hey, now you buy the dip, buy the dip. That's where that term comes in play. And then when those new investors are looking at it and they see something drop 20%, they get skeptical. They don't want to invest in that. They're like, like they get cold feet. They get scared. They don't want to invest in something that just fell 20% because they don't have that experience over the years of investing into Bitcoin or crypto to know like there's waves with this. Seeing 20% drops are common. Seeing 10 to 20% drops are something you're going to have to get used to. But then they don't buy, and then it goes back up, and then they're buying more for less when they could have bought the dip. So the solution to this, coming up with a dollar cost averaging schedule and sticking to it, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it is, coming up with a strategy like, hey, I'm going to put this much money aside, and you can even set it up automatically on most exchanges where it just automatically deposits X amount of times per month on certain days. So coming up with that dollar cost averaging schedule helps you reduce the impact of having all that stress and looking at all that volatility. And you just know sometimes you're going to get quite lucky and be buying the dip. Sometimes you're going to be buying when the next day it drops and you could have got more for less. But overall, sticking to that schedule is going to reduce a lot of stress from your life and keep you from dealing with that FOMO of buying after you see 20% rises. And that is mistake number 4 that I see. So don't chase FOMO. Come up with a strategy and stick to it, because that is a common mistake. Don't be the guy that invests only in rises. Don't be the guy that invests only when it goes, or don't be the guy that doesn't invest on dips and waits for it to go back up. Come up with a schedule, stick to it. That's number 4. Coming in at number 5, neglecting to diversify. So this, some people are going to disagree, especially a lot of Bitcoin maxis. A lot of people will agree. But one of the things I like to stick by is diversifying the portfolio. So mistake number 1, putting all your investment into Bitcoin without considering other cryptocurrencies or asset classes can increase risk. Solution: diversify your portfolio by investing in a mix of cryptocurrency stocks or other assets. This can help mitigate risk and provide more stable returns over time. So don't take your whole savings and put it just into Bitcoin. I'm not saying, like, if you only believe in Bitcoin and you don't believe in other coins, that's fine. But instead of only having all of it in Bitcoin, diversify it a little bit by putting some into stocks or some into real estate or some into whatever other asset it might be that you want to invest in, and don't put it all into Bitcoin. If you want to diversify it by investing in other cryptocurrencies as well, I like that idea a lot. I think that can help mitigate some risk and can help you catch some bigger returns on some of those altcoins. I personally have a few altcoins mixed into my portfolio that I like, that I can see getting bigger returns than Bitcoin in the near future. But the plan is to take those profits and put them back into Bitcoin over time. But diversifying the portfolio, coming up with the percentage that you want in Bitcoin, that you want in other cryptos, that you want in other stocks or other assets, coming up with that plan is important to mitigate risk and help protect yourself against loss. And just having that balanced portfolio can really, really help, because a lot of people, if you neglect to diversify it and you put all your eggs into one basket, that can get you into some trouble sometimes. Say Bitcoin drops 50%. Well, now you don't have any of that money into stocks, any of that money into real estate, any of that money any other places to help offset that drop. You say XRP, for example, or Ethereum, if you have money in there and those go up 200% and Bitcoin's just sticking around 17% and you miss out on all those gains, well, now you're at a disadvantage. So just diversifying your portfolio helps a lot, helps mitigate risk, and helps provide more stable returns over time. With that being said, summary of the 5 mistakes I see most new people make. 5 mistakes that I see a lot of people that are newer into Bitcoin, even if you've been into Bitcoin for a while, but you just haven't done the research yet and you're just holding it in Robinhood, on Coinbase, or whatever it may be. The 5 mistakes I see a lot of people do that I would encourage all of you listening to take advantage of, to do your research on, is 1, not doing enough research. 2, investing more than you can afford to lose. 3, ignoring security best practices. Get that Ledger, get that Trezor, get that Tangent, whatever it may be. 4, chasing FOMO. Don't buy only on the rises. Don't get cold feet during the dips. Come up with the dollar cost average schedule. And 5, neglecting to diversify. Look into diversifying your portfolio. Look into different coins and different fields that you like. Look into real estate, stock market, and other ways to just build your portfolio the way you want to and have it diversified in a way that protects you. So those are the 5 mistakes that I see a lot. I would love your support as I'm growing this channel. So if you could, please like the video, please comment below, and please subscribe. Your support means the world to me as I'm just starting this off. I have been in the crypto market for over 10 years, and I am looking forward to bringing you guys a lot of value over these videos. I have a lot of fun plans going forward. I did start a Patreon and a Discord, and I am looking forward to bringing that to you guys in the future, and I am very excited to go on this journey with you guys. So please like the video, please comment, please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.